fight is not necessarily against males. It's against fathers. There is a difference between a sperm donor and a father. That you came through that seed doesn't mean the guy is your father. In the essence of what I'm teaching. So I'm not talking about even fathers that they are at home, they just donated sperm, but the characteristics of a father is not there. I'm not talking about those ones. And let me quickly say this. If you find yourself as a female beginning to hate the male, it is a sign that part of that agenda has had you as a casualty without you knowing. No matter how great a female is, there are some male qualities that even when she tries to possess or reveal it, it will be of inferior quality. There is also a part of a male that when he tries to show the female side, it will be of inferior what? Quality. Have you not found out that when a male is trying to become a female, they overdo it? Hey, come on, are you here? Now, understanding that in every sex, there is both male and female energy. There is masculinity and femininity in all of us. Even me, that now is like I'm in my full masculine now. I have a feminine side. But when it comes to fathers, even when a female has some masculinity, she cannot be a father. So even when that father is missing, God has to find a way to find a father figure. Now, let's start from Eden. Do you realize that those rebellious guys that used the serpent did not go to Adam? You know why? They didn't go to Adam. Why? Couldn't they have said the same thing to Adam? Couldn't the serpent have said the same to Adam? The way a man thinks and the way a woman thinks are not the same. So let me tell us some things about a male and why a father is important. First and foremost, the father is the foundation of the world. A father, a male, is the foundation of the family. You cannot have a family without a father. As fruitful, as fertilized as a female is, she cannot produce seed. It's not possible. Now, one of the reasons why these guys seem to want to feminize the male is because of some things. When you hear the word male, man, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Somebody. Authority, thank you. From here, what's another word that comes to your mind? Strength, protection. When you hear a child say, my father will deal with you. My God. Because when you hear the word father, there is a sense of protection, of assurance that you have. But have you noticed that there seems to be a deliberate fight against that strength of a man? In fact, when that man does it, in foreign cultures, they now call it toxic masculinity. Protection. So let me now ask you, if another race of beings want to take over a planet, what do they need to do? Weaken the protection. No matter how strong a woman is, she can never be as strong as a man of her same size and same DNA. She cannot. Now, when you hear the word father, I also mentioned that a father is what? A foundation. Let me give you a very classic example. Some of you bullshit your fathers. Wait till you become one. Listen, this is the lifestyle of a typical father in Nigeria. You pay house rent. You pay school fees. You drop money for what they will eat. You take care of your wife. You buy her clothes. You send money to her mother. You send money to her father. No, you don't send money to her father. Most times you don't. Because there is an ego in a man that will not accept it. Unless that man also has been feminized. Hey, come on, someone don't understand what I'm talking about. You send money to her sister. You do all this and you don't complain. Now, you will tell me there are some mothers that are doing it. Let me explain to you. When a mother alone is buying the food in the house and paying school fees, after 6 months, she will already start complaining. And this is what we do for a lifetime. Because in the real balance of things, a woman is not supposed to be in that role, sir. The first time a woman tried to feed a man, that is what got us into the trouble we are. Because in the real balance of things, it is a man's responsibility. So if you are a man, a male, even if your wife is earning more than you, it is your right and duty to still take care of the family. Whatever she's earning should just be an addition. Now, is it possible along the line that at some point the woman will be feeding the man? It is possible, but it is never to be forever. And listen, I want to tell you, young ladies, if you are at a stage in your life where the person you are dating, you are the one taking care of him, and you are not seeing him angry about collecting money from you, it's a red flag. That guy has been feminized. There was a time when I met my wife, it was my wife that was giving me transport money to come and see her. It was a low time in my life. Yes, anytime she says it, I see the joy in her mouth. That did not stay for long. It didn't even last a year. My wife earns money now, right? She has a job. But do you know, even when I am broke, I still take care of responsibility. Hey, someone doesn't hear. Someone doesn't understand. If you are not a male that understands responsibility, no matter what you are earning, as long as it's not enough to keep your family okay, you can't sleep well. You have to find a way. So there has been this attempt to destroy the male. Why? Because the females will become a casualty. And not only that, now I want to give you some facts before I show you how this battle has been in scriptures and what they are using to do it. And listen to me well. If you are a single mom, I know one particular man has made you have a wrong view of us. We are not all like that. Even if your father was like that, we are not all like that. I'm sure you even see some other guys. So don't carry that baggage. We are not all like that. And please listen to me. If you are not yet married, if that guy knows how to speak Bonnet, but when it comes to bills and responsibility, he's always running, that is not a male to marry. Now, how does this affect even children? Any family, any child, male or female, that is raised with the absence of a father figure, I'm not saying the father himself has to be there. If the father figure is absent, if you are a single mom, let somebody else be putting that male energy. It can be your pastor. It can be one of your brothers. But just be sure that those ones, their head too is correct and they have the right energy. Are you understanding me? When I'm in the house, I play more with my children than my wife plays with them. They are scared of my wife more than they are scared of me. But my word carries more weight than my wife. These guys cannot jump on their mom's head. They can't even be beating her like this. This one pulls my lips. He pulls it. Alfred, he has pulled. He will do my nose like you do pim, pim, pim. Akila, that one can wake up in the morning after she has greeted me, good morning, and the next thing she's doing is just hitting. But when I give an instruction, they know. The same mother that beats them and beats them, she will need to raise her voice. I just need to speak. Now, let me tell you why this is important. Because if a child is raised, a girl that doesn't have that father figure, trust me, she'll become a casualty for males. Because if she does not understand what it means to be in the presence of a male, when she sees other males, they will take advantage of her. There is a reason why when you want to get married, you have a discussion with the father of the girl. Because you know, if you want to misbehave, he will meet you male to male. Do you know when a girl is dating and they know that she has 5 brothers, do you know the way the boy behaves himself? Especially if the boys are guys that gym. So let me tell you guys, this is real. A child molester was caught in America. Serial molester. You know what a molester is? Those people that will pray and look for children and sleep with them, do all kinds of things with them. And this was what he said. They asked him, who are your primary targets? The first thing he said is, we look out for children who have no fathers or uncles at home. That was their first. You see all these celebrities you are seeing, that their mouth is jam talking females. Go and check it. They don't have a father figure. or the father that is in the house was not a male. A father doesn't shout. When your father is always shouting and you are angry with him, that's not who a father is. A father is dad, delight and discipline. A father is not who you run away from. A father is who you run to. The embrace of a father is not the same as a mother. A father is who you are crying on his shoulder. He's not crying with you. He's telling you it's okay. A mother is who you put your arms on her shoulder. She's crying with you and you are also crying. So if you think what it means to be a father is harsh, that anytime you enter the house, your children are afraid of you, that is not a father. Because if not, why will Jesus now tell us, come to the Father? When you have even sinned, he said, come to him. Hey, come on, some of you understand what oh my God. You guys understand what I'm talking about? And there has been a deliberate attempt to reduce that masculinity. Do you know that Jesus has been more feminized? The Jesus you know him more in his feminine essence, not his masculinity. Do you know that? That's why Christianity is weak. That's why an Islamic person will shoot a Christian, cut off his head, and they will be showing the masculinity. I surrender all to you, withholding nothing, including your head. That's a feminine side, not a masculine side. Why don't they project the masculinity of Jesus? Was he not a male? Do you know the time Jesus took Oboko and beat people? Why has that not been made into a blockbuster movie? It's deliberate. The weaker the man, the easier you can take over territory. Why is it slap and turn the other cheek of Jesus that is being preached? The same Jesus said, he said, sell all you have and buy a sword. Why don't they also talk about occupy till I come? Why do they talk about the masculinity side? Because it's all part of an agenda. Do you know Jesus is not just the sheep, he's the lion. Go and see Jesus in Revelation, you go fear. I said the first time I saw Jesus, I've mentioned it to you guys, that I saw him with muscles. I was like, are you kidding me? What they used to show us is one skinny guy that he can't hold a fly. We just say, bless you. He can't even shout. Baba, you don't fail him. That's not how he was. A male can't be like that all the time. Even the ones that are quiet, that have a lot of female energy, when the male comes out, when the lion, you will know. And please, I want to say this to us. And I'm saying from a place of help. A female can't raise a male. You need help. You hear me? You need what? You need help from a certified father. Now, let me show you some things about the attempt to feminize the male. So now you realize that men are the one plaiting hair and women are the one cutting hair. Gender reversing. Men are the ones saying, this thing is hurting my feelings. They are now using media. Men will sit down. They'll be talking. This is how I feel. You have people to take care of. You are coming and talking about feelings. What's my business with your feelings? Do you know the way I'm even speaking? Like somebody like, you are harsh. That's a male. When men and men talk to themselves, they don't say, oh, sorry, heart is good for you. Oh, guy, give yourself brain. What is this? What do they talk? Say, hey, come on. Hey, come. Are you guys here? Have you seen when two power lifters are trying to psych themselves? The other one is like, they'll be slapping his head. Ha! You know, ha! Ha! Someone will sit down and say, this is a beast. That's a male. Kaya. That's what? That's a male. So this feminizing of the male are not the one doing hair. They're not like this. They'll be keeping nails, painting nails. When it comes to bills, in fact, in their mind, they'll be like, Shebina, you the hustle. You hear it was like, it's easier for females. Shebina, males, they help them. You are not a male too. Where are they getting it from? They are getting it from a male. So what's wrong with your own head? And do you know why these guys knew that if they can feminize the males, they will have some control? Because the weaker the men, the easier and the more corrupt the society becomes. We are now in a world where the men have been weakened. People that should stand up to fight are just complainers. They know how to talk. There is no action because the male energy has been reduced and the female has been exalted. Go and check the movies. They will not deliberately show males that don't have sense. Do you know where the first attempt physically to feminize the male started? It started in Genesis 6. There's a story we have there that talks about the watchers that saw the female and entered into them. Now, what Genesis 6 omitted that they got from the book of Enoch is that those watchers didn't only sleep with females, they slept with males. They also slept with beasts. They slept with animals. Does somebody understand what I'm talking about? And from that time, that's when gay nonsense entered the world. Now, it will now interest you to know that during Abraham's time, it was evident. I want to show you a scripture. Turn to Genesis. Genesis chapter 18. People like Andrew Tate, they will say it's too masculine. Peterson, once you talk and you are a male, you don't even care about other people's feelings. Feelings are for females. Let them undo that. Let's be logical. We are more logical. There are some males also that are more in tune with their female side. But that doesn't mean those who are in tune with their masculine side are toxic. No. Wait, let me ask you a question. A soldier carrying a gun, do you prefer a soldier that is ready for battle or one that is conscious about how you feel about him? The one that wants to protect you. Which one are you more interested in? You see, as much as I love my wife, there are times the way I talk to her, if you are in our midst, I don't shout, I don't abuse, but the way I'm firm with her, you will almost think that maybe I don't care. Genesis 19, I need from verse 1. What is where the rubbish gate scene started? He said, and there came two angels. How many? Who came? Is it human beings that came? Who came? Two angels. And to Sodom at Eve. And Lot sat at the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. And he said, behold now, my Lord, stand in, I pray you, unto thy servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and you shall rise up early and go your way. And they said, no, but we will abide in the street all night. These ones, they no work. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned into him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast. And they did break unleavened bread, and they did eat. Please, what next happens? Verse 4. He said, but as they lay down, who came out? The women or who? Who came out? The men of the city. Even the men of Sodom compassed the house. How many of them? Both old and young. And what did they say? All the people from every quarter. What did they say? Next verse. Verse 5. And they called to Lot and said unto him, where are the men that came to thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. King James is sugarcoating it for you. They wanted to have sex with them. If you read it in RSV, you will see it very clear. Or NLT. They wanted to have sex with them. What does that mean? They saw angels and they were thinking of gay rubbish. A gay man has lost an essence. You understand? And there's an agenda. You don't naturally. So if they can't get you through the sex agenda, they will get you through the energy agenda, where they will magnify your femininity and reduce your masculinity. Let me read a manifesto to you. This manifesto was in 1989. Some of us might just think this thing is, concern me. You'll be very surprised. God forbid that if you have a male, they will get him, either energy-wise or sex-wise. Bobrisky is an agent. Now, let me ask you a simple question. If all men were gay, what do you think will happen? The world will end. All the world also was lele. What will happen? The world will end. So do you see how these guys are also using that battle to just destroy humanity? If you are here, say I'm still here. I want to read this manifesto to you. This is somebody's agenda, and this was in 1987. There are some things here that I probably cannot even read too much. Listen to this. He says, we shall sodomize your sons, emblems of your feeble masculinity. Did you hear that? Of your shallow dreams and vulgar lies. We shall seduce them in your schools, in your dormitories, in your gymnasiums, in your locker rooms, in your sports arenas, in your seminaries, in your youth groups. Now, those who think this is a joke, the first man that tried to sodomize me was the Reverend Father. And I was in university. He was the Reverend Father in our school, even at the basketball. He used to use philanthropy. He saw the way I was playing basketball and liked me. I didn't know he was looking at chase and had other plans. He didn't succeed though. Praise the Lord. In your seminaries, in your youth groups, in your movie theaters, in your bathrooms, in your army bunk houses, in your truck stops, in all male clubs, in your houses of Congress, wherever men are, where men are together. Your sons shall become our minions and do our bidding. They will be recast in our image. Does it not sound like these guys? They shall come to crave and adore us. Women, listen to this. You cry for freedom. You say you are no longer satisfied with men. They make you unhappy. With consoles of the masculine face, the masculine physique, shall take your men from you. We are still just doing praising the Lord always. This thing has been going on since. Then we will amuse them and will instruct them. We will embrace them when they weep. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Women, you say you should live with each other instead of with men. Then go be with each other. We will give your men pleasure that they have never known, because we are foremost men too. And only one man knows how truly to please another man. Can you imagine that? Only one man can understand the depths and feelings and the mind and the body of another man. This is just ridiculous. All laws banning homosexual activity will be revoked. This is already happening in the other parts of the world. It's in Nigeria, we are still pushing back. This was 1987. Legislation shall be passed which engenders love between men. All homosexuals must stand together as brothers. We must be united. It's okay. Let me just stop there. Single moms, females, that guys have broken your heart. I know that some of us have not been right, but I'm telling you, there is nothing that can nourish you like a man who really is a father. Do you know why it was written that this guy prophesied when he saw Eve and said a man will leave father and mother and cling to his wife? Do you know why? Because the woman leaves her father to meet another father. A man that is in his full masculinity as God has desired him. When you enter into his life, you will glow. If he's clipping your wings, he's not a man. If he feels threatened by you, he's not a man. There was a conversation that somebody had, and the person said that when a male, it was a woman talking, she said when a male sees another woman who is as successful as he is or is argumentative as he is, that they feel intimidated. The man stopped and said, no, you are missing it. He now said, okay, let's do the reverse. He said that when you see a male who is behaving like you, how do you feel? You feel irritated. That's the same way the man feels. He's not intimidated, he's irritated because he doesn't want to deal with another man when he's supposed to see a woman. Hey, his son is not getting it. So if you're having issues with your husband at home, for those who are married, and you're wondering why the man is not thinking of sex, you are irritating him because you are showing masculine behavior. He's not intimidated though. He's irritated. That's why it disgusts me. I can't think of, I want to hug a man. I want to be telling a man how I feel. Do you know, when I was, I don't feel think him. When me and my wife first met, she was very masculine in energy. She gave female body, but her essence was masculine. You know what I told her? One day I told her, I said, it's only a monster that has two heads. This relationship, there's only one head, and that's me. If you are not ready to submit, forget it. It can't work. When a woman tries to lead a man, listen, the woman is dragging a horse. When she's supposed to be riding it, she will be stressed. She will be unhappy. She will have, as close will be times 100. For those who are married, let me give you a clue. If you have a woman who is always big, if you go big with her, you are just wasting your time. I need to find a way to make this not X-rated. But let me just give you a clue. For those who are married, the other one is always shouting, I don't even know everything. You will deal with me. I will deal with you. Don't follow her to be arguing. Just go. That's your wife. Oh. Hold her. Look into her eyes with confidence. Listen, a man that can't look straight into the eyes of his wife is an infidel. He's weak. He's weak. You have the calming presence. There is an energy you have that can calm your woman down. If you are in your essence. Let her be doing all the shouting. Let her be not. Look at her very well. Don't say jack. If two people are shouting, it's women that shout. Have you seen when women fight? Let me show you. Please, somebody come. Be my volunteer. See how women fight. Man, don't get that kind of time. Put football in the middle. Apart from the professional ones, look how they'll be playing. The ball will be all of them like this. They give themselves space. Do you know how women fight? See, God, me, I go just deal with you now. You be like, say, so we give ourselves space first. Watch. You come. What? You go weave up. You go turn back. Hey, come on, you don't understand. Because we are different. So when she's doing other one, don't join in the with her. Abba, you are not a man. That's why when you keep malice, you know what she will say? You not be woman now. Why they behave like woman? She didn't greet you in the morning. You now keep it as malice for a whole month. You are not greeting her. Are you a woman? You look at her. Move close to her. Waiting. You will notice her voice will start changing. Waiting. Move a little closer again. At some point, you just hold her. Love, come, let's practice it. My wife doesn't do that, but come. Somebody's making a comment on that side. Real strength doesn't make noise. And listen, if you are a male, you'll be misunderstood many times. You don't need to talk back every time. When you talk too much as a man, you lose your authority. If a father every time has to be announcing, I'm the man in the house, he's no longer the man. Somebody else has seized control. If your children are misbehaving, and you say they don't listen to you, let me tell you where you have missed it as a man. You lost it in the place of discipline. A father is not always nice. When the child's head is becoming incorrect, is a man that will put him to order. Men are for order. When you see the universe and you see order, go and check it out. It is the male essence that you see. When you see multiplication, it's the female essence. When you see order, it is the male essence. The sun represents the male. The moon represents the female. What sets the day is the sun. That's why when you see God, you see, and the sons of God came. Do you think they are not females? They are. But order belongs to the male. Your mouth is not, they are not listening to you. You tell them to do this, they don't do this. Remove privileges. If your wife joins in support, the only reason she can join in support is because you have dropped the ball. If you are the one really in charge, or you are the one that when it comes to some major bills, you are the one. At some point, she is your first experiment. You are to put her in order before you can put your children in order. When your spouse is not in order, you will raise disorderly children. Once you yourself can't talk to your wife and she listens, your children will never listen to you. They are seeing it. That's why as a woman, if you despise your husband, you are spoiling your children without you knowing. Buy them everything you want to buy. Come money. Because they will learn disorder. They will learn how to talk back to a male. You dare not talk back to a father. That's an insult. It's an abomination. When a father is talking, you don't talk. You keep quiet. That's why God says, let the earth be still. You want to know one of the issues we have in Inner Call House of Glory? Femininity in leadership is more than masculinity. Put a female in a role of a man, she will mess up. Put a man also in the role of a woman, he will mess up. God that set it knows why. Why are you fighting against patterns? Why are you fighting against the ancient landmarks? That a man is domesticated in the house does not make him a female. Do you guys hear what I'm talking about? That's why we have a generation of vagabonds. We have a generation of people that can talk to anybody anyhow. Because the father figure that should have put order in place has either been feminized through economy or through his spouse. Anytime you despise your husband, you are killing your children. You don't know. Do you know why Sarah called Abraham Lord? Did she call him baby? I was watching one prophet and I agree with him. He said, your husband is misbehaving in the house. Why would he misbehave? When you call him baby, what do you expect a baby to do? I'm not saying that means you are all a master. They can't talk to you, can't hear. Can't be OC, you can't be questioned. No. They are just foolish because do you know everything? You don't know everything. But when it comes to setting order in the house, man, guy, please, man, father, enter that essence. Your wife is not the one. No, she's not. She can't take it. She has a sincere heart, but it is not her role. Do you understand what I am saying? And listen to me. A woman that refuses to allow the masculine energy come from a male, not from herself, she will live an unhappy life. She will live a stressed life. All those stress you are feeling, there is a man that is supposed to take it, not you. And when God sends those men your way, allow them. Don't use your harshness to drive them away. I know you have been battered. I know they misbehave. But there are still men that will take care of you. For a Nabal, there is a David. For every Nabal, there is what? Look at classic example of a father. Lot was captured. Abraham, that listens to his wife, that doesn't mean he's not a man. Baba went with troops, beat nonsense, and got his nephew back. If you are a father that your children don't feel safe with you, you have lost your fatherhood. Go and find it. Go and what? If you talk to daddy, daddy will not do anything. That's why they are not listening to you. Any people here, I'm dropping some very serious things. Oh. The safety of a family is in the hands of the male, not the female. The care of the family is in the hands of the female. And if that male is not present in the house, trust me, God will send some people your way. It doesn't even have to be someone you are sexually related with, but give the person a chance. Some people wonder, why is it that I have a special spot for single moms? It's because of this. But you know what? Many of the single moms themselves, they dispel help because they always still like projecting masculinity. Not every man who is trying to help you is trying to sleep with you. And of course, there are some men that are trying to help you and all they are interested in sleeping with you. Listen, I'm saying this and I'm saying it from my heart. If there's any of you here that have ever tried to help, never will a time come that I'm thinking of sleeping with you. It never crosses my mind. I don't think that way for you. I don't see you in that light. But once I'm trying to help and I'm just getting vibes of this one is not serious. This is the reason why sometimes some people say pastor is harsh. I'm male. I'm what? I'm male. The way pastor just said it, he doesn't care about my feelings. My wife will come and do that part. That's not my own part. So when you see a place that there is no order, the masculine energy is very low. Masculine energy also is, let's decide, let's all decide. Let's come to a consensus, democracy. Do you think God lives in... There is no democracy in heaven. Democracy is a man invention. Kings are set for life. It's a lineage. You come and fight a king, he's treasonable, they will kill you. There's no story. You think even in the divine council, when God comes and say, okay, what's your own idea? What's your own idea? It's just for cooperation. It doesn't mean those ones have authority. Authority remains with God. If you think also that, there are sometimes when we preach and we say, God cannot do anything on earth without a man. It's true. But he has authority over you. Let him take your breath, you are gone. Let him what? Then you will know that all authority still belongs to who? To God. Don't join others to despise a father. My dad is more feminine than me. But even in his soft and feminine nature, when he shows his masculinity, all of us know that we sit tight. His beating is the one I've still not forgotten. All my mother's own, I remember them small. But you see his own. It will leave mark. You will see the mark. And I will use this story, true life story, and I'll use it to end. And please listen to me. I need you guys to hear me, especially the parents who are here. If you have more than 4 children, there will be one of your children that will have this behavior. There will be this particular child, if he's a male, that will always be messing up, and your father will always want to deal with him, but you will always say no, no, no. If you don't allow your father deal with him, he's going to become the problem child in the house. In the families that are here, I already know who those children are. I know them. It's not rocket science. I just know them. So there is this particular child in my own house, my brother, that had the same thing. Time for discipline. Even me that is a male, I say, Mom, this is not what you should do with this guy. Let this guy sleep outside. Let him sleep in that cell for a week. When he sleeps, it's something we shift in. Men are made for hardness. When you make life too soft for a man, you are disfiguring him. A man's life is not made to be soft. Soft life creates soft men and creates corrupt societies. Soft life is for females, not for males. If you are looking for a soft life, you are not a father. You are not even you are not fit to be called a male. When you start hearing people, that's why they want to be Bobrisky. Why do they want to be that? So that I'm not stressed. So that men will be giving me money. Are you okay? What happened? Your fellow men will be giving you money. So this is my particular brother. Oh, how come I misbehave? Me, self, will be firstborn. Firstborn used to suffer at home. We should follicle. What me will not even try. This guy will do times 10. And he will just be misbehaving. He will just be misbehaving. I'll be telling my mom, I say, hey, man, they will not listen. I'll go and meet my dad. Because at some point, my dad wasn't even talking. My dad is the quiet one. And a time came, this guy was just misbehaving. And one day, he came back home. My brother was insane for 3 weeks. You know what it means to be insane? He was out of his mind. You are sitting with him, he's just looking at you and laughing. You are watching TV, he's telling you he's smelling candle. He took his phone, he deleted all his pictures, he deleted all his messages. When you talk to him, you'll be hearing him say, I love my baby, I love my baby. And I was in school. My parents now come in and see what has happened to your brother. We don't know what happened to your brother. I came home, I saw my brother, I was in tears. And the mother that did what did she go do? Now to give him food. Abi? And I saw one day, I've been hearing my mother pray. See, there is a reason why the transference of a blessing on a generation is not in the loins of the mother, but in the loins of the father. The father is the seed carrier. He's the final authority. Don't despise him. It was not Rebecca that blessed her children. So some people, that's why when my mother's blessing, it's not your mother's blessing you need. You need your mother's care. You need your father's blessing. Hey, and you people that born me, hear me. And one day, I hear my mom praying every night. On this my brother's matter. Nothing. And one day, I was in the sitting room. I just saw my dad come out and looked at my brother. And said, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, I commanded it, come out! Come out! My brother woke up the next morning, sound. You might be female, but you are not a father. Understand it. You have your role, enjoy it. So don't join other people on social media talking shit that they don't even understand and know. If Nigeria is in distress, who are the people that will fight? Man, will you join them? Are you sure? You are very energetic. You will carry. I know you will carry, but let me tell you, when you see correct men, you go jar down. So let me even make you laugh. I watched a wrestling match, but I showed it to my wife. One guy, and 2 females. Wrestling match. So one will come and hit him. The guy will hit that one. That one run back, hit him. They were fighting at the same time. He beat the 2 of them. The man's energy is not to be used to beat the woman. No. When a man uses it to beat the woman, he is abusing his energy. His energy is to cultivate her. So the beating is not with your hand, it's with your discipline. There are times if you find out that your wife doesn't know how to save, stop giving her money. Or she has a particular phone. She's always spoiling the phone because she knows that he will buy it. One day, stop buying the phone. Let her suffer phoneless for a week. It will be paining you, but you are disciplining her, you are helping her. I've used it, it worked in my life. When there are some privileges she's beginning to take for granted, let her contribute. When she learns, she becomes better. Listen, there is nothing as glorious as a well-cultured and a woman that has been well taken care of by her man. That woman is a blessing to the generation. She will even bring more blessing to the man than the man can bring to her. But it's the man that is making her in secret, so that in the public she's bringing him honor. Oh, somebody, are you here at all? So I beg of you, if you are a male, step into your masculinity. Be a father. Where you need to be hard, but with sense. Where you need to be soft, also be soft. And if you have boys, don't give them a soft life. Don't give your boys what? Who bought Destiny's phone for him? It's you. You are never going to buy him a phone anymore. Once a boy turns 18, stop giving him soft life. You are spoiling him. I wish my parents did this to me at 18. You know what happens to us? We who maybe suffered and don't want our children to suffer don't understand that life is a school. It is the experiences that make you become who you are. If you give your children what you have and don't give them the experiences they had, they will have a wrong future. A person that has not learned the dignity of labor and you give him a company, he will destroy it. A child that has not learned the value of money, a male, how to work and earn, and you are giving him money, you have just created a monster.